Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Can you hear me okay? Mic check. Let me know in the chat. Oops. Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me okay? Mic check. Let me know in the chat. Okay, wonderful. All right. Welcome to the call. We are going to explore why it is that sometimes when we release, we don't get the results that we're expecting. That sometimes even we feel like we go backwards, that we're releasing to get more positive, but more problems start coming up. So we're going to explore this and discover a way through all of this, to punch through any resistance, any stuckness, and to definitively step in to that creative space where you can create exactly what you want. And we're going to make it really simple. Now, one of the things that I hear a lot is people complaining about not getting particular goals. And most of these are usually money goals. You know, they're working on a big goal, having 100,000 or 1,000,000, and they've been working on it, and not getting it. Now, they get other goals, other things happen, and they definitely feel the benefits of releasing, but because they're not getting that goal, they get discouraged and even frustrated. And each and every time somebody brings up this question, how am I not getting my goals? What am I supposed to do? The answer is obvious. Well, it's staring them right in the face. They're bothered because they're not getting their goal. And this can all be explained by just one of Lester's quotes, one of his kind of biggest guidance that he gave us, which he says that any impossible, meaning even a big goal, any impossible, no matter how impossible, becomes immediately possible when you're fully released. And you know you're fully released when you just don't give a hoot. Meaning, you couldn't care less. You're not bothered by it in the slightest. And see, when people come up and say, I'm not getting my goal, they're saying it as a complaint. They're clearly bothered by it, and therefore they give a hoot. They got a lot of wanting that's going on there, and they're wondering why they don't get their goal. And see, the solution is simple. And it's not just saying, okay, just release. But it's about taking responsibility, looking at yourself, being honest with yourself. And see, most of us, when we're finding ourselves in this place where we're not getting our goal, and it's clear we got a lot of wanting there for it, we got to take responsibility to drop our wanting. Now, most of us, we don't want to give it up. We're addicted to our wanting. Those desires are so important, more important than being imperturbable. And unless we be honest with ourselves and be honest in the way of saying, okay, look, I got the wanting there, and I'm not going to take responsibility. I'm clear about that. And I can make that choice. But we all are dishonest with ourselves. We say, no, I'm releasing all the time. I'm imperturbable, but I'm complaining. That's not honest. So you got to get clear. Be honest and either do it or not do it. And what we're going to discover, what we're going to practice here tonight, is that when you just decide to do it, then it's easy. You're going to see that all that resistance drops away. And when you are on the right track, when it's imperturbability that is genuinely what's driving you, not just a good idea, not just saying it because Lester said it, not just saying it because a teacher says it, but because you've decided that, then you're going to be releasing for the goodness of it. You're going to be releasing to go up, to be imperturbable. And you're going to treat your goal as a reflection of your imperturbability, as a measurement. Do I not have my goal? Well, it's because I'm not imperturbable. And I'm cool with taking responsibility for that, so it's not a problem. I'm just going to release to be imperturbable. So you're always looking in a positive direction. And you're always releasing, like I said, for the goodness of it, for freedom, not for what you're going to get out of it. So it takes your ego out of the equation, and that's the barrier that's in the way of you getting your goal, even the big ones, the impossible ones. And with your ego out of the way, you're going to find yourself being able to master the impossible. So that's what we're going to take a look at tonight. All right. And for those of you just joining in, I hope you didn't have to wait in the meeting room long. That was a setting that I wasn't aware of when I created this conference. Usually I turn that off, having you be in the waiting room, but now I've got to keep an eye on, because if I don't, whenever you join, you get stuck in the waiting room. So I'll keep an eye on that. And I want to welcome all the viewers on YouTube. And if you want to participate, join us on Zoom, just go to powerofquiet.com, and at the top of the homepage, put your name and email address in. That way you'll get notified when I do these group coaching sessions that are totally free. And you can sign up, you get your passcode, all that stuff. But you got to be on the email list, so make sure you're on the list. Go to powerofquiet.com, and it's right at the top of the homepage. All right, and we're going to spend some time working together. And I see a few new faces. Some of you who have come through the Conscious World Club, and you've been going through the 21-day course. So welcome aboard. Some of you, we've been communicating through emails. Some of you have had questions, really good questions. And if you're new and you've been practicing this method here, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand, and we can work together if you'd like. And at the conclusion of tonight's session, we're going to do a deep, deep meditation so you can experience firsthand the beauty of imperturbability. That's better than $1 million. That's better than any goal that you could set, worldly goal. And when you have a taste of that, you know that nothing else compares. And with that taste, you're going to fight and claw your way all the way to total freedom. You're not going to stop until you get there, because you're going to know firsthand what's better than all this nonsense that we get so involved with in this world. All right, so let's check in. If anybody has a question, or if you'd like to work on something, particularly your goals, raise your hand. In your Zoom interface, if you go to the bottom, you'll see the ability to raise your hand, or you can open up a chat window and let me know you'd like to work. All right, Roy. Oops. You unmuted yourself and I muted you, or I muted you again. Unmute yourself again.
Hey, hi Chris.
Hi, how are you doing?
Long time no see. It's a night in Singapore, so yeah. So yeah, I've been I've been your student since we started with the release technique many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, I've been releasing. Now I'm in the middle of closing a deal. So it's a multi-million dollar deal. But suddenly everything quiets down and everything. I'm still feeling quite good about this, but of course, I'm dealing with partners. They are not imperturbable. And they're really excited and nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, I do get influenced by that too. So these few days, because I'm working with the US timing,
Mm-hmm.
so therefore, I find myself not being able to do the releasing. I feel too exhausted to even do any of this work now. Right? I'd rather go to sleep or something like that.
Okay.
But I try to do something about this.
Okay.
But I like to release on wanting this because I guess I must be wanting it, and to be totally imperturbable. So, yeah, I think that's all.
Okay. All right. So the first thing I want to bring up is you've been releasing for a long, long time.
Yes.
And as you know, releasing is a skill. It's a practice.
Yes,
And the more
it
you
is.
do it, the easier it gets. And the more able you are to apply it, not only when you can sit down and focus, but when you are active and you're talking to people, you're doing your work. With
Yes.
practice, you could be releasing too. So
Yes.
I assume by now you got enough practice. You can do this, and you have done this. It's probably
Yes, I
just a
have.
matter of you got something in your head that says, "Okay, I can't do it then," but that's your decision.
Yes. But yes, you're also right. I've been releasing while doing that. I catch myself going to that. There are moments whereby I got sucked in, and then like a few minutes later, I realized, what am I doing? So I start releasing.
And
from
here's
that.
what it is: it's that little voice in your head
Yeah.
that's making excuses. Oh,
Yes.
no, don't release now. Save it till later. See, it wants you to
Yeah.
procrastinate. And then, of
Yes.
course, it knows that by the time you get home, you're going to be like, oh, no, I don't have time to do it now. So it knows that, hey, it's got a way out. It's going to divert you from releasing.
Yes.
So that mind of yours, see, we all think that it's our friend, that voice in our head. It's like our confidant. We're always
Yeah.
going to it. Hey, tell me what to do. But look, it doesn't want you to release. It doesn't
Yes.
want you to be free. It doesn't want you to be happy. Because if you're happy and you're free, you wouldn't listen to it anymore. It would lose its influence and it would have to go away. So to it, this is a fight for survival. And therefore, it will do anything to distract you, to make excuses to not release. So you just have to be aware of it and say, no, I'm not going to fall for that. I'm not going to take guidance from that mind. In fact, I'm going to really focus on stop listening to it. Right?
Yes. Right. Yes.
So-
anyway, I've been releasing quite a bit, and I've also gained a lot of, goals and achievement through releasing only.
Yeah?
Like deals coming to me through releasing only out of nowhere. A lot of things.
You want to give us
Comes
some
to-
specific examples? What have you achieved?
Well, I used to have a volatile relationship with my wife, for example. And then 3 years ago, I turned it around by, releasing all the attachment, wanting and loving her unconditionally. I mean, when you first face it, it's tough because all these emotions comes up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you just take full responsibility, and you release on it. You forgive her, you love her, and you let her be how she is without changing her. And then guess what? She changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things like that.
Yes.
So I have deals that I have antique deals that comes to me. I've been collecting since I was
Mm-hmm.
in my 20s anyway. So I have affinity for this, so I get these things really easily.
Making
So
deals.
there'll
Making
be
money.
antics, right? So we have deals, it didn't come through time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
So, so like this COVID-19, right? So one of the deals fall flat. I say, okay, now my release on it, and suddenly we have a new deal that is related to, medical equipment or medical products, etc. And I'm not dealing with that, so it just fell into my hands. Right? So
Mm-hmm.
these are things that you can't really imagine. It's out. It's not logical. It doesn't come from.
Okay.
It just comes from like the universe, right?
Yeah.
So you know that these are things that it's because of your releasing that you achieve it.
Right.
I guess at the end of the day, when you have it, you try to do something about this because you know you. So so I have, let's say, this item, and then I get a buyer, look for a buyer, and within 1 2 weeks, yeah, we got a buyer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
So of course
Okay.
we
So
have to deal with people, but now suddenly we don't know what's the result now. We are hanging. We got
okay.
an
So
order right now.
the reason
Yeah.
why I asked you to
Yeah.
share some of your goals, one, it's good to share. So thank you for
Yes.
sharing because it
You're welcome.
really validates and proves to everybody listening here. See, if you could do it, any one of us can do it.
Yes.
And everybody listening here, you should really be open to it. Don't take anyone's word for it. One of our edicts here, you might say, is don't believe what we say, but take it for checking. But have this curious attitude. Hey, yeah, somebody's sharing some incredible gains. Well, maybe if they can do it, I can do it too. Let that inspire you. Now, also, I ask you to share that so you can look at for yourself how you created this, what you are doing, and your attitude. Like when the deals are going smoothly, you weren't thinking about it. You just had this conviction it's going to go through, and it was just like clockwork. You'd meet a client, then a couple weeks later, boom, it's done, right? And it's just like this knowingness. It's just the way that you operate. It's your picture, right?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
And this is a problem when we got all this stuff that's going on, all this craziness in the world. It's kind of throwing us off kilter. And it's throwing a lot of us into fear and into our minds. And see what's going on now? It got you thrown into your mind. Now you're trying to figure out, okay, are these clients going to be able to pay for it? Are they struggling? What's going on? Is this going to be easy?
No, not about struggling. It's really about whether they're going to come make the order because they keep saying they want it and they got the money, but
Okay, basically you're trying to figure it out. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. Yes.
Right? So you're going back into your mind.
Yes.
Right? Now ask your mind if it knows what to do about the situation.
No.
No, it does know what to do. It knows how to stress out about it. It knows how to worry about it. And beat yourself up about it, right?
Okay, interestingly, I'm not in the...
You're not disapproving of yourself.
No, not at all. I'm actually okay with this. It's just somehow...
Well, look.
I'm quite inconceivable about this in a certain way.
But you're but you're not
100%.
But you're not 100% clear. You got a little bit of doubt.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You know what that doubt is? It's a very subtle way of beating yourself up. So you look at all the stuff that you've created, proving that somewhere you are an unlimited being. Just like Lester and all the other masters have pointed out, and you've been experiencing this for yourself, right?
Yes.
Right? So for an unlimited being to doubt themselves, what is that but self-depreciation, beating yourself up, right?
Yes.
But it's clever.
It's quite funny when you
and that's how cute the mind is. You got to watch that tricky mind.
Yes.
And see, without that, you just have total love for yourself and a total conviction, because it is your decision. You think it's up to them? No, it's totally up to you.
Yes.
This is why responsibility is such a fundamental aspect of the work that we do here. And it's not just taking responsibility for some things. It's taking responsibility for everything. Right? So if you're not into that, then you're looking away from yourself. That's beating yourself up. So you see that?
Yes.
All right. And who's doing that?
Me.
Okay. So if you're doing that, and it's not getting you to find the answer to your business here, now you can make a decision. I'm going to be positive and really love myself, or I'm going to be negative and doubt myself and be confused and kind of wander around and not be totally solid. Which would you prefer?
I prefer to love myself unconditionally and 100%.
All right, good. So could you let go disapproving of yourself?
Yes.
And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more?
Yes. Yes.
And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more?
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more?
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more?
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
And that doubt that you have, it's just a picture in your head.
Yes.
It's like a picture you're not good enough.
Yes.
It's a picture that you don't know. Right? It's something that's beyond me, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I want to address one thing. Actually, the world is the mirror, right? Like a screen, projector screen. So I'm like manifesting people who are disapproving themselves. So it feels like I'm also disapproving myself.
Yeah.
So like the brokers in between are like jumping up and down and all this, and I'm watching them, and I'm like, okay, it's fine, everything's going to be fine. But yeah, suddenly it seems like, because they are also my mental picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or my mental projection. So
Yeah.
yes, I will have to take responsibility for creating them jumping up and down, getting excited or getting frustrated or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And the delay as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is the part that I'm like.
What you're talking about. There's a quote that Lester has here.
Yeah.
To the degree that we know the other one is perfect, to that degree we are effective in helping the other one. And see, that's the work that you have to do on yourself. If you've got people around you beating yourself up, let go of what's bothering you about it. Because if you're bothered by it, you're buying into their story. If you let go of being bothered by it, then what's left over is perfection. You just see them as a perfect being, even though they may say you're not, but you're like, what are you talking about? And to that degree, you see yourself as perfect. But when you hold that conviction, you're perfect, I'm perfect, by letting go, see, it's not a mental thing. You let it go. You release. You release anything that bothers you about them beating themselves up. Because it stirs up your wanting to beat yourself up the same way.
Yeah, it's more like wanting to help them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like, but wanting to help is also a form of like not approving.
Nothing wrong with helping them. Yeah. But look.
Yeah.
Right. See, part of you's bothered by that.
Yeah, I guess I'm bothered that, they're not listening to the...
Right, and in a way you're kind of disapproving of them.
Yeah.
Could you let go disapproving of them?
Yes.
And could you let go disapproving of them some more?
Yes.
And could you let go of disapproving of them some more?
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
All right? And how does that feel?
Good. Releasing.
Yeah. And another one of Lester's quotes, which is so true, and I put this as the theme for the last video that I uploaded to YouTube last week.
Mm-hmm.
Is basically talking about, all these people that are into social justice and protecting people that are not privileged enough and trying to create a safe space for them to grow. It's actually hurting them. You see, what Lester says is accepting people's limited ideas of the world is injuring the world and yourself. And so it's so people don't realize it, but they're putting the other one down rather than really coming from a place of oneness, of equalness, where we lift each other up on equal grounds. It's really like, oh, you poor thing, you need special attention. It's putting them down. It's accepting their limitations rather than saying, look, it's just in your mind. Wake up. See, anybody, no matter what their background, no matter what their experience in their life, every problem that we all have is our own responsibility. So you can't give a man to fish. You only feed him for a day. You teach him to fish. Teach him how to let go of their limitations. Then no matter who they are. See, any one of us can step up into a place of empowerment. Right? And that's the big lesson here. And that's what we should all be sharing. Not this social justice nonsense. So, take a look at those people that are disapproving of themselves. Right? Are you still disapproving of them? Still buying into it? Right? So you're supporting it if you're doing that.
Buying into it? No.
Yeah. See, the answer is love. And now that you cleared out what was bothering you about it, so you got kind of wrapped up in that disapproval, now, with that out of the way, you can love them. Now, could you give them some love and approval?
Yes. Give them love and approval. Good.
And could you love them some more?
I love you. Love you. Love you.
And just love.
I love you.
Just love them.
Yes. Yep.
See, it's not about giving gifts or taking specific actions. No action is necessary to help or support someone. And no action is necessary to love, to demonstrate love. You just do it.
Yes.
You just do it without even saying a word. And that's more effective than giving gifts or giving money or taking any action. Just love, and you're going to help them wake up because we all feel each other. All right? So could you love them some more?
Yes.
And could you love them some more?
Yes.
And how does that feel?
Good.
Good. Now, let's go back to this this deal that you have.
Yes.
All right. Now, you said when you were sharing some of the big demonstrations that you've created through releasing, one of them was with your relationship with your wife.
Yes.
Remember what you said. You just allowed her to be exactly as she is, right?
Yes.
You didn't want to change a thing about her. And then she changed magically.
Yeah.
Right? So the same way, it applies to this too. See if you're wanting to control or change these people. You're wanting them to take action. You're wanting it to be quicker, to get done.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
first, right now, could you let go of wanting to change that?
Yes. Let go wanting to change anything. Yes.
Could you let go of wanting to change that some more?
Yes. I want to change that.
And could you let go of wanting to change it some more?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And some more?
Yes. Let go wanting control.
And could
Yes.
you allow them to take their time?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
And could you allow them to even decide, nah, I don't want to do it? Could you give them that
Yeah.
right to
Yes.
back off?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. And could you love
Yes.
them just the same as if they signed up?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
could you love them as they are right now?
Yes. Let them as they are.
And let go of wanting to control them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Let go wanting control.
Yeah, just let all that go.
Surrender.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You see, when your business is flowing and everything was going by clockwork, you were in this place of surrender. You weren't trying to control anything.
Yeah. Just allowing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only
Just,
thing that's
just,
off. You just kind of fell out of that, fell into the mind. All right.
yeah.
So could you love them?
Yes.
Love is synonymous with allowing. Love is
Mm-hmm.
acceptance.
Yes.
All right. And love them some
Mm-hmm.
more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
All right. And how does that feel?
Good.
Okay. Now, focus in on your wanting this deal to go through.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you probably have lots of reasons, mainly money, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right. So get in touch with that wanting where it's really important to you, right? Feel that want of yours.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And notice it's in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that
Yep.
because if you're in touch with it, you're feeling it right now, it's kind of
Yeah.
a it's kind of a
Energy is
not a very good
restricted.
feeling,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's a very lacking feeling. So of course it's in the way. And it's just a feeling created by you
Right.
because of your decision. Oh, I want this. Got to have it,
Yeah.
right? And that's up to you. You're in charge now. Can you let go of wanting it?
Yes.
And let go of that need to have it.
Yes. Like we need to have.
Right? You think that you'll feel safer. You'll feel a little bit more confident. And just get bigger than that. And let that
Yes.
wanting go. Let go of wanting it.
Yes.
And let go of wanting it some more.
Yes.
And let go of wanting it some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
And how does that feel?
Good. Yes. Yeah. The feeling is like almost gone.
Okay. And could you be just as happy even if they walk away?
Yes, I am. Okay.
Yeah. And could you be just as happy if your next deal walks away?
Yeah.
And could you be just as happy if business stops?
Yes.
Even if you have to walk away from your lifestyle?
Yes, I'm sure. No problem.
Right? And see, when you're imperturbable, see, some people mistake this for apathy, like you just don't care. And some people, honestly, they fall into apathy because they release, but they don't clear out all their garbage. And they feel like, oh, I released about it, but I'm stuck. I'm not taking any action. I feel terrible. And then they think that, oh, the method is wrong. The method needs to be adjusted. No, they're just not using it.
No.
Right? See, when you really go for imperturbability, you don't go down to apathy. You don't get into a place where you can't take action. Your feeling is you can take action, and it's like a game. See, doesn't it feel like that now? It's just like a wonderful game. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter if they do it or if they don't do it. I'm having fun just going, talking to them and organizing this thing. And if it happens, great. If not, great. I'm just happy that I'm here.
Yeah. If you don't mind me sharing, I'm just going to say this. It's really about persistence and doing it consistently. At the
That's
end of the
it.
day. And you need to, I changed my relationship. There was an incident that happened, and at that point in time there was this rage, and it's practically this rage that I could have beaten up my wife, right? But because of release technique, I saw it immediately. I turned it around. I walk away, and I just say, I love you. I just love you unconditionally. I love you. And I just did it non-stop for hours and hours, days. And then it just changed.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have that willpower, that determination too.
That's what it
and
takes.
You need to take responsibility for this. I mean, of course, I know this, but life sometimes makes you do other things. I mean, get distracted. Yeah. I admit that.
No, that's
distracted.
It. You're 100% correct. You hit the nail on the head. I'm glad you brought this up because unfortunately, a lot of us are lazy. And I see a lot of people that get into this method that are looking to get rich quick. They're looking to have something for nothing. And unfortunately, that's the way society is nowadays. We've all turned into,
But releasing is not getting nothing for something. You
got to put the work in.
You did a release. You are working on yourself.
And even Lester says it. See, when you release, you get to a place where everything's effortless. But initially, it takes effort because you got to work through your own garbage to release it. So initially, it takes effort. And most of us, we don't want to do it. We don't want to look at ourselves. We don't want to do the work. We want somebody to come along and tap us on the head, fix everything. But see, what you said, that's the attitude. If everyone would take this attitude, it's like a business person's approach. It's having a work ethic and a realization that if I want results, I got to invest my time, my energy, and do it. And I got to take responsibility.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you are not taking responsibility, you don't want it enough.
Exactly.
I mean,
you want the limitation instead. You really do.
You do need the one to spur you on to become having, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a paradox, of course, you know, but
Yeah.
it's just that you just need to be aware of this and then turn it around. You know, like Lester says, you know, if you don't like this, just turn it upside down and you like it.
Get rid of everything that bothers you. All right,
Yeah, you got
great.
everything.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
you're
for
welcome.
sharing.
Yeah,
Great
yeah,
gains. Great demonstrations. Keep it up.
you're welcome. Thank you, Chris.
Okay.
You too. You
All right.
too. Good
Good
job.
talking to you. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right, Alex.
Hi, Chris. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
How are you?
I'm doing perfect. How are you doing?
Good, good. I would like to release.
Uh-huh.
So I guess there are, two things that are sort of connected, and one of them that's still kind of bothering me. I've been releasing on it or trying to release it, of an interaction with someone that I just felt it made me uneasy, or I don't know what the word was. I felt like I needed to go into protective mode.
Okay.
So I just want to clean that up first.
Okay, well, think about this person.
Mm-hmm.
And does that bring up a contraction in your stomach or chest? Just
Yeah, I'm afraid.
close your
now.
eyes, put your awareness there. You feel that clenching feeling?
Yeah.
All right, open up. And let that energy leave.
Yeah.
And let that energy leave some more.
Yeah.
And let it go some more.
Yeah.
And some more.
Yeah.
And some more.
Yeah.
And even more.
Yeah.
All right, and how does that feel?
It definitely feels lighter.
Okay. And now when you think about this person, are you as bothered?
I'm not as bothered, but then there's the anticipation if I see, this person again.
Okay. Well, can you see you're disapproving of them? You're disapproving of them right now. I don't even want to see them again.
Yeah.
Right? And so your mind's kicking in and say, because it knows. It knows that when you're going to see them, they're going to say those words.
Right.
Well, if you leave it up to your mind, it's going to happen. But what we're just talking about is taking responsibility for everything.
Yeah.
Right? You got to get that information out of your mind. You're going to see a change out there. But first, you see you're disapproving of them.
Yeah.
And right there, you're contributing to the problem. Because you're taking someone who's probably acting negatively, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here you are, you're dumping more negativity into the pot.
Right.
What's that going to accomplish?
Nothing.
Okay. And who's doing that?
I am.
All right, so if you're doing it and it's not accomplishing anything, what do you decide to do now?
Be positive.
Okay, so could you let go of disapproving of this person?
Yes.
And could you let go of disapproving of them some more?
Yes.
And could you let go of disapproving of them some more?
Yes.
And could you let go of disapproving of them some more?
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
And could you let go of disapproving of them even more?
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
And how does that feel?
It just feels lighter.
Yeah. See, letting go of disapproving of somebody is like the best thing you can do for yourself. Because as long as you're disapproving of them, you're walking around that negativity like a cloud. that's self-created. You're bringing yourself down. And oftentimes, they don't even care. So, I mean, it's like the most senseless thing we can do to ourselves. Now, if we can bring ourselves down, then the opposite is true. We can bring ourselves up by being loving. Right? So could you give this person some love?
Yes.
Despite what they say. It doesn't mean you have to agree with them. Just love them.
Yeah.
And could you give them some approval?
Yeah.
And could you give them some more approval?
Yeah.
And some more.
Yeah.
And some more.
Yeah.
And could you give them some more approval?
Yeah.
And some more.
Yeah.
And even more.
Yeah.
And even more.
Yeah.
And how does that feel?
It feels lighter.
Good. And could you allow them to say whatever they're going to say?
There's resistance.
Okay. Get in touch with that resistance. Do you feel it as a clutch in your stomach or chest?
There's a little something there, yeah.
Okay, open up. See, that resistance is you pushing down on your feelings.
Yeah.
Right? That's all you're doing. You're resisting your feelings. Open up. Let that energy lead. That's letting go of your resistance.
Yeah.
All right, so just open up.
Yes.
And let that energy go.
Yeah.
And let it go some more.
Yeah.
And some more.
Yeah.
And how does that feel?
It feels even more loving.
All right. Now, are you still bothered by this person?
The situation is clear. I'm not really bothered by it.
Yeah. You see, when you get nice and clear, like you just said, they can say whatever they want. You know, they're just saying words. They don't even know what they're saying.
Yeah.
It's just their ego mouthing off. It means nothing. Yeah. Right? See, if you're imperturbable, then you see the truth. And it's like, why should I let that bother me?
Right.
Right? And you don't have to have any hostility towards them. You just, I love you. I know you're acting crazy. And all right, so what? Yeah. Eventually you'll see, you'll find out. You'll find the truth because we're all looking for it.
Right.
We're all moving towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So just focus on going up.
Mm-hmm.
And lift everybody up with you.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. All right. Who else? Does anybody have any questions about this work? Any questions about your releasing? Or does anybody have a gain to share? Tarito, you got lots of gains to share. You need to unmute yourself. There you go.
Hi, just a second. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll just put my headset. Just a second. Sorry. Yeah, so uh, today's call is really perfect.
Uh-huh.
I'm working on my goal, going baby steps and getting a lot of things coming out, especially my I can'ts. And
That sound in your head that says I can't, yeah?
yeah, it's like anything, even I'm working on this goal of having a child,
Mm-hmm.
having a loving child with ease and joy. And the thing that came up for me is that I'm not good enough. I'm not going to be a good enough mother to raise a child.
Mm-hmm.
And so these kind of things are coming in all my goals.
Uh-huh. All right. Now, say if you're resisting that sound. It bothers you, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's bothering me a lot.
Okay, so close your eyes. Bring your focus
Yes.
here to your stomach or chest.
Yes.
Right? And because in this format, we're doing things a little bit more simply. We're just going to kind of keep things simple here. Just kind of do energetic releasing.
Yes.
Right? But just let that energy go.
Yes.
Open up that door.
Mm-hmm.
Let that energy leave.
Yes.
And let some more of it go.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
And even more.
Yes.
And how does that feel?
Oh, I finally feel light. I think I was fighting with it without knowing that I went into the fighting mode.
Uh-huh. Now, think about that thought. I'm not good enough to be a mother. Is it still true?
No, it isn't. It isn't a truth. It isn't.
Right. And for anybody that's new here that may not quite understand what's going on, you see, we don't have to play Dr. Phil with ourselves. We don't have to understand where all this stuff is coming from. You know, all these thoughts, all these limiting beliefs that we have, a lot of times we try to change our beliefs or warp them around in a way that they work for us. And that's really not the best way to do it. That's just kind of like, you know, adjusting things so they work a little bit better. But the root of all of these crazy thoughts that we have, disempowering thoughts that come from our own mind, are all fueled by our feelings that we're suppressing, we're fighting with ourselves. And that's where we feel this, like a knot in our stomach or chest.
Yes.
And so we first can identify, wow, I'm pushing my feelings down. Or, you know, I've been running away from my feelings, doing everything I can to avoid or escape them. But now we can see for ourselves, oh, I can let it go. Boy, it feels better. And then we see the thoughts unravel. You know, we don't have to work through our thoughts, find a better solution. It just unravels and our mind goes quiet. And see, this is our goal, to quiet the mind. And when our mind is quiet, we're in touch with an intelligence that is far greater than the mind, that has answers for everything. that's intuitive and in tune with the moment. So this is what Tarita's experiencing, what she's sharing here. I just kind of wanted to elaborate on it a little bit. All right, so how do you feel now?
I feel lighter now.
Okay, good. And is it true?
No.
Okay. So now you have a goal to be a mother, right?
Yes.
All right. And just get a picture of yourself as a mother. How many kids do you have?
Just, I want one.
They're like potato chips. You can't just have one.
No, it's one is good enough.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so just see yourself
Yeah.
with one.
Yeah.
And is there anything that's stopping you? Any I can't? All right. And see, this is a funny thing that we can see, that when we quiet our mind and we get in touch with this greater intelligence, and we call this beingness, it's only positive. So, a lot of us, we try to, like when we do the law of attraction, we try to force ourselves to think positively. We try to put positive thoughts in. But, what we're seeing now is that we don't need to put a positive thought in. We just empty out the mind, and we're naturally positive. Every idea, everything that we look at is just positive. It's perfect. And when we, like we were talking about earlier about people that complain, negative people around us, when we get positive, we see everybody else as positive. Everybody is masters. And guess what?
Yes.
They demonstrate that around us. It's like we bring out the best all around us.
Yes.
And we attract abundance to us in every way.
Yes.
All by working on ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you feel? Are you clear with
Nice
all of your
and
goals
quiet.
now?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I will share my game here
Yeah,
because I think some
please.
people are new. So I've been working on my relationship goal for like last 2 years. And now I finally feel that I'm at a place where I just naturally and effortlessly feel everything in sync with my husband. It's like we are loving each other even without any reason. It's so much joy, especially in this time when we are both together working from home, and like we don't need to escape each other that okay one must go to the office to survive. No, it's such a pleasant time. And this it has been 3 months here, and nothing for us seemed like that there was any social distancing, anything. Nothing stopped our work, nothing stopped our relationship, and everything is just becoming better and better. And my reason, of course, this is mind, but the reason to plan child is also this, that we know that for next 2-3 years we're going to work from home, and everything is falling in place just to enjoy the relationship and to just practice loving unconditionally at home.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the best thing that has happened. I don't want to hurt anyone. That's okay.
Yeah. Well,
Through the pandemic, but
yeah, well, that's proof. It really is your picture. Everybody can be in lockdown, but you can have a completely different picture, and total freedom and in charge of your life. That's the way my life was over the past several months during the lockdown. It wasn't any lockdown whatsoever.
yeah, and you helped us.
Mm-hmm. All right, good. Wonderful. Thank you
so
for
much,
sharing.
Chris. Thank you.
Right. Ashok,
Hi, Chris.
how are you doing?
Good, good.
Yeah.
I have a issue. I want to sell a house. It's done,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to sell it. It's beautiful. At the same time, I want to sell it. So I'm just,
Okay, so first of all, could you let go of mine and figure out how to accomplish that?
yes.
All right, don't ask your mind. Well, okay, ask your mind. Does it have an answer?
No, I don't.
Okay. See, that's a good thing to do. You ask it, and it says, "Oh, I don't know." All right, now you can leave it alone.
Yes.
All right. Are you disapproving of yourself? Thinking that you're limited?
Yes.
You see, if you were totally loving yourself and in your freedom, you just had the conviction, it is my picture. And you could have that sale because you know. It's your decision to have it in the first place. That's what a master sees. And you can
Yes.
see it too. So could you let go of disapproving of yourself? Because as much as you're doing that, you're blocking yourself. You're looking
Yes.
away from your beingness. Could you let go of disapproving of yourself some more?
Yes.
And could you let go of disapproving of yourself some more?
Yes.
And could you let go of disapproving of yourself some more?
Yes.
And some more. And how does that feel?
Lots of clutches coming.
What's that?
Lots of clutches coming up.
Okay.
Very feelings.
Welcome it up. So it's coming up to leave. So just get out of the way. Let that energy come up. And watch it leave. And watch it leave some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And how does that feel?
Feeling lighter.
Now open up. Let all that energy go. You can let it go all right now. Just let it leave. All right. How does that feel?
But easy. Lighter.
Very good. Now, dive into that spaciousness, that lightness. Let go of holding on to anything. Just jump into it. Don't hold back. Be courageous. I don't care what happens. I don't care if I get so overwhelmed I throw up all over my pants. I don't care. Just let yourself go into the lightness. Don't take the advice that they have in movies. Don't go into the light. Go into the light. Surrender to it. What are you experiencing now?
Very peaceful.
Mm-hmm. Now, look from the point of view from this light side. Is there anything that you need to figure out?
No.
Isn't everything that's happening your creation?
This way. All is well.
And there's nothing that you can do about it. It's like they say in the Bible, it's not I, but the Father who worketh through me. Right? Like they say, let go and let God. So you got to get yourself out of the way. You got to get a shook out of the way.
Yes.
To have the conviction, to decide, this is getting done.
Yes.
This house is getting sold. But it's not I that's doing it. I'm just going to get out of the way and allow it to happen. I'm going to allow beingness to sell it for me. Because you saw from the point of view of beingness, there is no limitation. There is no I can't. So can you just allow it to happen? Let go of figuring it
Yes.
out. And let go of the need to do something about it. You know that agitated feeling, oh, I got to do this, got to do that. Right? Just let that go.
Yes.
And allow it to sell. Could you?
Easy.
And is it okay if it doesn't sell? Is that easy too?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. All right, good. So it's okay if it happens and it's okay if it doesn't.
Yes.
Now this is being imperturbable. But like I said before, it's not that nothing happens. It's not going down into apathy.
Right.
Here you can express real power just by your thinking. Now,
Yes.
if it's all equal, which would you prefer?
Allow it to sell.
Okay. So really get the conviction now. Make the decision. I'm selling it.
I'm selling.
And be
Yes.
serious about it. I'm really selling it. This is happening. And can
Yes.
you just open up and allow it to happen?
Done.
Nice,
Yes.
right?
Thank you.
Right. And see, from this place, you can still take action, but it's clear. You're like, oh, I know exactly what to do. And I got no problem doing it.
Right.
Right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Wonderful. Good work. All right, Simon.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
I've been in business for 3-4 years, and actually one game is I actually was able to refinance my house, which is a miracle. I've been releasing on that, but it's part of this legal issue that I have that I'm releasing on. Got very close to a settlement, and it fell through, and I'm so angry. And this whole idea of, letting go and there's nothing. It's like there's nothing else to do but to make this person wrong. And then the other thing I want to share about or get coaching or at least with is this idea of being. So I am rattled with threats, so legal threats, right? And then you have the idea of like being imperturbable, like you shared a bit a while ago. Somebody can say whatever they want to you and you're imperturbable. But now it's written and they're all lies. And it's okay. I mean, I started to laugh at it, but I have no freedom. I can't, we're so close.
That's okay. Look, it's okay to realize it. And when you make the decision for imperturbability, It's not like you're just going to pop in and be imperturbable right away. It's a decision. Look, that's more important to me. Now, I got some stuff in the way. I got a lot of stuff that's bothering me. And in order for me to be imperturbable, I got to work on me to let go of what's bothering me. So it's a journey to get there. But it's that decision. I'm getting there. I'm going to take this journey. That's what it's really about. So don't beat yourself up if you're not there yet. It's that commitment. It's like Roy said earlier. See, this method is for those that are willing to take responsibility, willing to roll your sleeves up and actually do the work. Not just do it for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and then go, oh, I didn't get the results. Screw it. Let me find something else.
Right.
No, so you're dedicated. You work in it. That's where you get the results. And that's how you reach imperturbability. All right, so look, first of all, there's no such thing as too late. Even if the thing blew up, you can still turn it around. But you can't change what happened in the past, so we'll work on that in a second. You got to let go of that. You just got to be in the moment. Where do we go from here? But right now, you see, when you didn't get the results that you want, you're really bothered by it.
Yes.
Got really angry, right? Get in touch with that. See, that's the thing that sabotaged in the first place. You were holding that inside. You just weren't aware of it.
Yeah. Well, I sort of was. I was getting close to releasing it a lot, but I could see.
Okay.
Like with the house is part of it, and that I really gave to being. It was a miracle that I got refinanced. And now I want to blame everything on this other person because they didn't get to the deal, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. So first, just bring your attention to your stomach or chest.
Yeah, stomach.
Okay.
Yes.
You feel that energy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Look, for the moment, just set the whole story aside and just focus on that energy. Keep it nice and simple here. It's just energy that's right here in this moment. Open up a door right in front of it and start letting that energy leave.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
And let that go some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes. Yes.
And let that leave some more.
Yes. Yes.
And some more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how does that feel?
More balanced.
All right. Now, your biggest ally, your biggest asset here is your ability to discriminate. See, this will take you out of the old patterns of thinking.
Yeah.
And a discriminating question we can ask here is, well, you're pissed off at this person. You're mad at them, right?
Yeah.
Right? How does that help? Is that going to change anything? And does it help you to be angry?
I can't believe people say these things. Why? Like.
Yeah, but see, we go along with our mind. Oh, I'm so mad at them. And we feel justified. But if we just stop and say, well, how does this help me? What is this going to accomplish? It doesn't, right?
No, it doesn't. No.
Now, who does the anger belong to?
Me.
Okay. So this is
And
another discernment here. Okay, it's me. And if it's me, then it's under my power. I can do something about it.
Well, they're angry too. That's why they're saying these things.
Yeah.
I guess I'm trying to change them too.
Yeah, you can't release for them, but you can release for yourself, right? You're
Yes.
angry, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Can you welcome up your anger?
Yes. Yes.
Right? And let that anger come up. Open up and let it go.
Yes.
And as it comes up, say yes to the anger. This will help it come up
Yes.
easily, right? Just say yes to it. It'll leave.
Yeah.
And welcome
Yeah.
that anger up some more.
Yes.
right? And just kind of get out of the way, give it a pathway to move by, to leave,
Yes.
and just watch it leave.
Yes.
And watch it leave some more.
Yes.
And watch it leave some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And some more.
Yes.
And how does that feel?
Well, tingling through my body, energy's moving fast, a bit more balanced and resilient.
All right. Now welcome up all the rest of your anger. Now that you've got some momentum going with it, like reach down deep. Pull up, pull up like the most extreme part of it. Part of it that probably wants to go by each one and like twist their head off or something. It's like
Yes.
deep down.
Yes.
Every bit of our anger deep down is like this fierce rage.
Yes.
And just welcome it up. It's just a feeling. It's like all stuff from the past that we suppressed. And it both attracts these problems, and when they come in, they trigger the anger. And it's just like this cycle in and of itself.
Yes.
And you can break the cycle just by welcoming the anger, letting it go. Then everything stops. The turmoil in here and the turmoil out there.
Yes.
All right, so let it all go.
Yes.
And
Yes.
how do you feel now?
Yeah, more chills through my body, and happy. My head hurts because I'm feeling happy, but my
All right, just surrender
all
to
that
it.
stuff is in my head.
Yeah, just surrender to it. Don't try to figure it out. Just
Exactly.
whatever
Yeah.
you're experiencing,
Yes.
dive into it
Yes.
and let it get even better. Let it get even lighter,
Yes. Yes.
and surrender some more.
Yes.
All right. Now, picture this person. And what do they look like now? Are they still angry?
Not really. I feel like picking up the phone and talking to them. It probably won't pick up. Then I'll leave a mess in my mind. You can hear my mind go, like, oh, then this will happen. Yeah. But now I feel like I can just pick up the phone and talk to them. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Now you got your feelings out of the way. So even if they are angry, you're like, oh, you're not bothered by it.
Okay.
But if you're picturing them, I bet it's a nicer picture than before, right? They
It
might
is,
even be
yeah.
smiling.
Yes.
And this is an interesting thing to notice. When we release, our picture here changes. And it's always positive. It goes from an angry picture to a happy picture. It's like, well, that doesn't make sense, but it always happens.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is just keep releasing. You're going to watch them change out there to match your picture. Then you're going to start to wonder, well, is there anybody out there? Is all of it my picture?
No, thank you. That's one of my goals for this morning when I started releasing, was to work on my picture all day.
Mm-hmm.
First.
Yeah.
Wow,
Just
6
release.
or 7.
Yeah. Don't try to control your picture. Just release. You can be aware of what you're picturing and let you know, okay, I got to release because this isn't totally positive. But just by releasing, that's how the picture changes.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, good.
Thank you for this. Yeah.
All right. All right, Connie. We're going to do one more here. You there, Connie?
Hi. Yes, I'm here.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Very good. Good to hear your voice.
Thank you. You know how you say how you do anything is how you do everything?
Mm-hmm.
And I just have had the most amazing experiences. I haven't been working very much at all with what's going on, but my finances have just increased. I mean, higher than what they've ever been. And they stay that, for the last several months, I realized that no matter what I spend, they still stay that same amount, and which I'm incredibly thankful for. And it's like 5 times higher than what I used to have in my bank account. And then also, like my family, my daughter just keeps getting money. I mean, she does really well at work when others aren't, and she just has done phenomenally financially. And even my grandson has had tremendous amounts of money. I just, it's just amazing. And then something that's really helped me is I know to be thankful, but it was always kind of, I didn't realize how, I'm doing it, being thankful, but now I have this appreciation for everything that is full of wonder and full of feeling, and things seem to be just expanding. I mean, there's a bush out in my yard, and I'm not kidding, for the last 15 years, it's almost died, I don't know how much. And I looked at that thing, and that thing has grown 6 times bigger than what it's been before, and it has flowers on it. And I know that might sound silly, but it just seems like everything is expanding and getting better.
Nice. And this is what we were talking about before, that it really is your picture. And you can't, when we're talking about helping others, the best thing to do is to clear up your picture. If you're bothered, if you see like someone else is suffering, or you see limitations out there, correct your thinking about it. And by you releasing, you doing the work, you lift up those around you. And one thing that Lester said is that one positive person can lift up thousands around them. And the best way that we can help the world is by helping ourselves, us getting positive. So I'm glad you shared that, because that's real proof.
It's just taking appreciation for just even the little things. We're given so many gifts every day of our lives that we didn't do anything for. And it makes me feel wealthy, and it makes me feel so given to, protected, and loved. And it's just a wonderful feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And see, the appreciation is natural. It just flows through effortlessly. You don't have to think about being thankful or having gratitude. You're just loving.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Was there something that you wanted to release on, or you just wanted to share these great things?
No, I've been releasing. I released all day on something that was, bothering me. And it took like all day, but I feel absolutely wonderful. And I feel tremendous more energy. I'm good.
Wonderful. And we have the cheering section here in the chat. It's just like in our last class in the 6-week course. Everybody's like so supportive in the chat and cheering on each other's gains. Really cool. And we got the same crowd here. Wonderful. Well, keep it up.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's do a meditation together. All right. But first, I want to remind you, in a couple weeks now, actually just over 2 weeks away, we're going to be starting our new 6-week course here, the Wealth Manifestation course. And it's a 6-week course on money, manifestation, and life mastery. And it's everything that you've been hearing here with all these gains, like Connie saying that money's just opening up. She's not having to figure out how, where it's going to come from. It's just happening. And when you let go of your mind, and in your mind is all these false concepts, beliefs about making money, stuff that we've been programmed with since we were a kid. So what we're going to do in this course is deprogram you of all of this wrong thinking and open yourself up to beingness in a way where you're just going to allow this stuff to flow. And you're going to step out of limited views. It's like being in a bubble. And one thing that Lester always said was dare to think big. I'm going to show you how to really move out of your limited thinking into a new consciousness where you can really have this conviction. I can demonstrate big. So that's what we're going to do in the 6-week course. You could find out more about it by going to the website, powerofquiet.com. And you'll scroll down and you'll see that down low on the homepage. Let's see. Okay, so close your eyes. And see if there's something in your life that you want to change. Or something that you've been trying to change. And one of the things that we've been exploring here tonight is that everything is our picture. And you've heard lots of people talk about changing their picture. And you've seen people change their picture right here on this session. And the way that the mind works is it works only in pictures. And this is why Lester said, you got to examine your thinking. Pay attention to what you're really picturing in your mind, because the mind is only a creative instrument. Whatever you are picturing is exactly what you are creating, what you're getting out of life. It is your picture. And notice, this thing that you want to change, what are you picturing? Why you're wanting to change this? Are you picturing the alternative? Are you picturing something new? Or the thing that you want to change, you're just focused on, I got to change this, I got to change it. And you're actually holding in mind, picturing the problem. So no wonder it's not changing. Because you're holding the wrong thing in mind. Now you can't control your thinking. The more you control your thinking, your mind's going to fight back and you're going to get trapped in that mind. It's like getting trapped in a spider web. And the more you struggle, the more stuck you get. But where you can change all of this and totally erase the problem, so you could have a real change, is by letting go. Letting go so much that you're not bothered by it at all. So bring your attention now to your stomach or chest. When you're thinking about this thing that you are wanting to change, maybe it's your finances. Notice if you have a tightness or contraction in your stomach or chest. This is where you can let go. Now, wherever you feel that tightness, just open up an imaginary window or door right in front of that. And right now, imagine that energy moving out that door. Just imagine it leaving. Whatever that looks like to you. And watch that energy go out that door even more. And even more. And even more. And even more. And just open up and let that energy leave. It's just energy. It's not good or bad. There's nothing to figure out about it. It's only energy. Just open up and let it leave some more. And some more. And some more. And some more. And even more. And notice how you feel. Do you feel lighter? That's all we're looking for, it's just a lighter feeling. And this is you not being so bothered. And it puts you more in charge of the situation. Now also take a look to see if you've been trying to figure out how to change it. What you need to do. Right there you got a problem because you're talking to your mind. And ask your mind if it knows how to change this situation in your life. It doesn't know. It doesn't have an answer for you. But it does have an answer. Its answer is to beat yourself up. Right? Now what kind of answer is that? Telling you to be down on yourself, to criticize yourself, feel bad about yourself. Oh, poor me. Why am I so stupid? Why can I never get what I want? Now, even though your mind is giving you that suggestion, who's it really up to? Who is it who's beating yourself up? See, no matter what your mind tells you, the buck stops here. It stops with you. You're doing it. And this is good to step in and realize, because if you're doing it, then you can change it. It starts with this decision. Would you rather be negative and beat yourself up? Or would you rather be positive and love yourself? See, now you can take the wheel, take control. Could you let go of disapproving of yourself? And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? And even more. And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? And even more. And even more. And could you let go disapproving of yourself a little bit more? Even if it's subtle, even if it's just a doubt or a slightly insecure feeling. See, when you're fully in yourself, when you're fully confident and courageous, you're not insecure about anything, no matter what's going on around you. That's up to you. That's the power of your true self. So anything other than that is you're doing. You're beating yourself up. So just let all that go. All those doubts, just in your mind. And you're the owner here. Get bigger than it. Let go of disapproving of yourself. And more. And more. And more. And even more. How's that feel? More peaceful? Quieter? Now, if it's getting quieter and more peaceful, notice who's still here, who's remaining. See, it's getting quieter because your mind is getting out of the way. Your mind is getting quieter. Your mind is disappearing, but you are not. You are still here. You're still fully aware. This is the part of you that is in charge, not your mind. You who owns that mind. You who that mind is always talking to. It's got to have somebody to talk to. It's talking to you. Who are you? Now, could you give yourself some approval? This is starting to realize who you really are. Could you give yourself some more approval? And could you give yourself some more approval? And a little bit more. And could you love yourself some more? And even more. And even more. And even more. And even more. What are you experiencing now? Getting more peaceful? More present? More quiet? Notice it. Notice your mind is taking a back seat. It's not so important now. Maybe none of it is important. Now just get a picture of your mind. Whatever that looks like to you. It's your picture. You're the owner of it. Now let that picture evaporate and dissolve. And let it dissolve even more. And even more. And even more. Just let that whole picture evaporate and dissolve. And get a picture of your body. Could you allow that picture to evaporate and dissolve? And more. And even more. And even more. And even more. And get a picture of your ego, whatever that looks like to you. And could you allow that picture to evaporate and dissolve? And more. And even more. And even more. And even more. And get in touch with that part of you that says, if I don't do it, it won't get done. I got to do everything. Just get in touch with that whole idea. That you are the doer. Without you stepping in, nothing's going to get done. Could you let that picture evaporate and dissolve? See, that's coming from a lack of trust. You're not trusting beingness. You're separating yourself from beingness with that picture. And you're the owner here. Could you allow that picture to evaporate and dissolve? And more. And even more. And even more. And even more. Now ask yourself, if I'm not my mind, if I'm not my body, if I'm not my ego, who am I? What am I? There's no right or wrong answer. Just take what you get. Whatever comes up, just surrender to it. Just let go. And just look. If I'm not my mind, if I'm not my body, if I'm not my ego, who am I? You are. Aren't you? You are. And that's all you need to know. So right now, take a deep breath in. Say to yourself, I. And exhale slowly. And say, am. And take another deep breath in and say, I. And exhale, am. I am. I am. And just let yourself fall into the peace. Fall into the quiet that's opening up now. Don't hold back. Just jump in with both feet. Let go of the need to protect yourself. So I don't care what happens. Jump. Are you? Are you? Are you? Now what you're becoming is aware of awareness. Conscious of consciousness. Just being. And all you have to do is just let go. Keep that door open. Let all of those feelings leave. And then you'll just be, and be, and be. And you'll be so happy and abundant and successful in anything you decide to do. Just being. That's the secret. That's the right path to abundance. All right, so I'll leave you with that. Keep that door open. And thank you for joining. If you like this feeling and you want to start to establish this peace and this sense of certainty and confidence in yourself, positivity, and have it be more lasting, be more permanent until it's all that there is, then join us. So you got to put work into it. If you really want it, you got to roll your sleeves up and decide, I'm doing it. So I invite you to do it at a very high level. That's what we're going to be doing starting this July. Going deep. unraveling this mind and all of its limitations. So that's all that's left is the natural, loving, positive us, the positive you. All right, so I invite you to join us and have a wonderful evening. Bye, everybody.